When I left the Army and went to school, I'd never been to college before. I didn't really know what to expect. I was very frustrated. I wasn't acclimating well to college. I didn't have any friends.
I tried 5, 6 different jobs after the military. I'd come home from work and have anxiety because I'd have to go again the next day.
When you transition out of the military, you get your paperwork, you walk out your vehicle, you take your uniform off for the last time, and there is nothing in writing that tells you where to go next. That's the hard part.
And when you put injuries and wounds and things like PTSD and moral injury on top of that, there's this other level of challenge. But it goes beyond that because many of these veterans have defined themselves by their role of protecting the country, of serving the country. And when that ends, sometimes involuntarily, there's this process of redefining who they are, redefining who they serve and what their purpose is and why they are important.
Well grown up, learning to help each other. In the military, I think that is amplified. When you leave the service, even though you take that uniform off, that obligation continues. So all of the young men and women who are coming out of the military, who are suffering in one way or another, need a little bit of help in getting where they want to go. What we feel our job is to help them get there. It's an all-encompassing program that we offer. It includes the staff, it includes the board, it includes all of the volunteers. We wrap ourselves around each veteran individually. We eliminate obstacles as much as we can so they can continue to go to school, get that training or that degree that they're seeking, and then get into a career field.
And I decided, I'm going to call my Army Wounded Warrior rep. I'm going to talk to her. She knew of this guy, Jeff Wyakin. She said, you should get a hold of this guy and talk to him. It's about school, so don't get freaked out, but talk to him. And I said, fine. So I decided, maybe school is probably the best option for me. And found out, yes, it was, thanks to Jeff and Wyakin.
From the very beginning, Wyakin's role was to not allow me to quit on myself and to quit on my family. Give me that brotherhood that I missed.
We had things that were called squad leaders. And my squad leader, he asked me, hey, have you translated over your service to credits yet? And I had no idea what he was talking about. I just had no idea. And so he pulled out his laptop and I got 12 and a half credits for school, and I was able to graduate an entire semester early.
Wyakin, they do a whole lot of helping, but they also empower. They give us the tools by going to professional development seminars.
We talked about how to dress, how to eat at a professional function. You go to a professional function with a lot of high-ranking individuals. You can't sit down like you did at the chow hall in basic training. You've got to understand how to be presentable.
In my job now, I've had to interview people. I use skills that I learned from Wyakin when they were helping me learn how to be interviewed. They were exposing me to things I wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise, which is the networking side of things. I met a lot of great people through Wyakin, not just veterans, but people within the community.
At the Guardian Ball, we meet all kinds of people. I, for one, had someone who was in the automotive industry sit at my table one year, and I talked to him, and he said, there is money to be made, and there's happiness to be had. So I decided, it's something I could probably do. I would say Wyakin kind of gave me the tools I needed to make that decision for myself.
I didn't know where I wanted to go in my professional career, and through Wyakin, I met Meritor, and now I am in a career that is very challenging and very rewarding. It was a joke going through it, and it was kind of a pain because you didn't want to have to get dressed up and go sit and have somebody tell you how to eat. But being 18 months removed from Wyakin, I look back on some of those experiences and I'm like, man, I'm glad I had that class.
But then that continues on. It doesn't stop at graduation or upon employment. We continue to reach out to our alumni as they continue their journeys through life.
I do feel that even as an alum, I have connection to Wyakin. I can still walk into the office and everyone says hey and knows my name. I can still go to the professional development seminars, keep getting my resume checked out. Yeah, I feel I can continue with Wyakin and keep growing.
We believe in proactive continuity of the program throughout the rest of their lives. As long as we're around, they'll be part of the program.
I would tell a new veteran starting to get involved with Wyakin, it's, you're gonna get in what you put out, be involved, get your family involved, and utilize it for what it is. Wyakin has a lot of people that you can talk to. If you're interested in just about anything, somebody involved with Wyakin will be able to talk to you about it. Whether that is your future career goals, or if it's a subject that you're studying, don't be afraid to ask Wyakin and be involved with it.
If it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be today. I wouldn't be here. I have found peace, and I have found a life after the military.
They had this vision of getting from point A to point B, and we helped illuminate the path. But it's their hard work and their commitment and their dedication that got them there. And to see them get to that point where they realize that they've done it, and they realize that sense of purpose and that sense of importance again that they had in the military, to me that's the exciting part.
I think it's also good for veterans to understand as well, is they're more than their past. Who they were is not their identity. Who they were is a part of them, but their identity is themselves. I would remind them that they're not quitters. You're not a quitter.